Imagine stumbling upon a man, lifeless and unidentifiable, on a serene beach, his death shrouded in an unfathomable mystery. This is the tale of the Somerton Man. On the first day of December, in the year of 1948, an enigma was born. As the sun rose over Somerton Beach in Adelaide, beachgoers discovered a body. A man, robust and seemingly in his prime, somewhere between 40 to 50 years of age. He stood at an imposing 5 feet 11 inches tall, with eyes of a smoky gray-blue hue and hair of a gingery brown color which was beginning to show signs of graying at the sides. This man carried no identification, no hint of who he might have been or where he might have come from. His pockets, rather than providing answers, only deepened the mystery. They held tickets that suggested a journey to Adelaide railway station the day prior and a checked-in suitcase in the station's luggage room. The suitcase was filled with clothes, each one as anonymous as the man himself, their labels meticulously removed. The police, eager to piece together the puzzle of this man's identity, turned to the clues they had. The coat he wore, as per the analysis of a local tailor, seemed to have origins in the United States. Yet, even with these fragments of information, the authorities found themselves at a dead end. The man's identity eluded them, his name a missing piece in a puzzle that was proving to be increasingly complex. And so the Somerton Man became an enigma. His identity, lost to time, his tale, a haunting narrative of an unsolved mystery. This man, whose life ended on a tranquil beach under the Australian sun, became an enduring symbol of unresolved cases, his story forever etched in the annals of unexplained deaths. Despite the clues, the man's identity remained a mystery. In the labyrinth of this mystery, the police found themselves grappling with fragments of clues that led to more questions than answers. As the investigation began, the authorities delved into the details of the inquest, hoping to uncover some semblance of truth from the puzzle pieces they possessed. The man's pockets were a treasure trove of mysterious clues. Among the items found were tickets, suggesting that our man had journeyed to Adelaide railway station on the eve of his discovery. But who was he meeting? Where was he going? The answers remained elusive. Further intensifying the mystery was a suitcase checked into the station's luggage room, a seemingly ordinary piece of luggage that held within its confines a world of baffling secrets. Its contents were as cryptic as the man himself. Clothes, but with the labels meticulously torn off, as if to erase any trace of identity or origin. Yet the investigators were undeterred, their resolve unshaken. A local tailor was called upon to examine the man's coat, hoping that the threads and stitches might weave a tale of their own. The verdict? The coat was believed to have U.S. origins. This sent ripples of surprise through the investigative team. Was our man an American? Did he travel halfway across the world, only to meet his untimely end on a foreign shore? The questions multiplied, but the answers remained stubbornly out of reach. The clues were like pieces of a jigsaw puzzle, each holding a portion of the truth, yet frustratingly incomplete. The investigators found themselves in a maze of possibilities, each turn leading them further into the unknown. The man's identity continued to be a mystery, shrouded in a cloak of enigma that seemed impenetrable. A nameless man, a cryptic case, and an investigation that seemed to lead nowhere. The Somerton Man mystery, a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma, continued to baffle and bewilder, leaving a trail of unanswered questions in its wake. In the shadow of this enduring mystery, a figure emerged, armed with determination and the power of science. Enter Professor Derek Abbott, a stalwart academic from the University of Adelaide, who dedicated decades of his life to unearthing the true identity of the Somerton Man. Stepping into the chilling narrative of this unknown individual, Abbott was not daunted by the cold trails and dead ends that had stumped investigators for more than 70 years. Instead, he embraced the enigma, driven by a relentless thirst for truth. His quest propelled him into the labyrinth of genealogy, a scientific field that could provide the key to unlocking the Somerton Man's hidden past. Abbott's exhaustive research led him to a startling revelation. He claimed that the man found lifeless on the Somerton Beach in 1948 was none other than Carl Charles Webb, an electrical engineer and instrument maker, born in the heart of Melbourne in 1905. This was a bold assertion, one that sought to pierce the veil of anonymity that had shrouded the Somerton Man for decades. But how did Abbott arrive at this conclusion? The answer lay in the intricate world of DNA sequencing. Abbott, in collaboration with acclaimed American genealogist Colleen Fitzpatrick, delved into the genetic blueprint of the Somerton Man. Their meticulous analysis suggested a link to Webb, a connection that had remained hidden in the strands of his DNA, waiting to be discovered. Yet this revelation was not the end of the journey. Abbott's claim was yet to be verified by the South Australia Police and Forensic Science South Australia, the authoritative bodies responsible for the investigation. Their silence added another layer of intrigue to the tale, leaving a question mark hanging over the identity of the Somerton Man. Yet the claim awaited validation from authoritative bodies, leaving the mystery unsolved for now. The quest for identity continued. The story of the Somerton Man remained as captivating and enigmatic as ever, and the quest for truth ever elusive. In the quest for the truth, DNA sequencing turned out to be the torch that could potentially illuminate the path. When the traditional methods of criminology fell short, the case of the enigmatic Somerton Man turned to the realm of modern science. Enter Derek Abbott, a professor from the University of Adelaide, who took up the mantle to unravel this decades-old mystery. He joined forces with an American genealogist of considerable repute, Colleen Fitzpatrick. Together, they ventured into the world of genetic coding, banking on DNA sequencing to bring them closer to the truth. Their efforts were not without challenges. The case was steeped in an era long before the advent of DNA databases, making their task akin to finding a needle in a historical haystack. However, they persevered, driven by the allure of solving a mystery that had confounded many for over 70 years. DNA, the blueprint of life, held the key to the identity of the Somerton Man. Abbott and Fitzpatrick sought to locate the final piece of the puzzle within this complex genetic code. Their tool of choice was DNA sequencing, a technique that could read and interpret the unique genetic signature of an individual. Their investigation led them to a surprising source: strands of the Somerton Man's hair trapped in a plaster death mask made by the police in the late 1940s. The strands, preserved for decades, offered a direct link to the man's genetic code. Abbott claimed that these strands provided him with what he believed to be conclusive evidence of the man's identity. Their revelation was a significant leap forward in the case, yet it was not the end. Their findings were presented to South Australia Police and Forensic Science South Australia for validation. As the authorities delved into their work, the world held its breath, awaiting the final confirmation. The answers were close yet so far, as they awaited the final confirmation. In the end, it was a relic from the past, a plaster death mask that held the key to the truth. A chilling statement that harkens back to the late 40s, when this mask, a hauntingly tangible memory of the Somerton Man, was created. This mask held more than just an eerie physical representation of a man lost to time. It held a secret that could potentially solve one of Australia's most enduring mysteries. Derek Abbott, a professor from the University of Adelaide, pursued this mystery with relentless dedication. His claim? That strands of hair trapped in the plaster death mask were the final piece needed to resolve this enigma. A claim that, if true, would not only unveil the identity of the Somerton Man, but also bring closure to a case that has puzzled investigators for more than 7 decades. The strands of hair, remnants of a man whose life was shrouded in mystery, were trapped in the plaster death mask. This mask, made by the police in the late 40s, was a grim reminder of the unsolved case. But for Abbott, it was an opportunity, a chance to unearth the truth hidden within its confines. Abbott's claim is as fascinating as it is bold. He suggests that these strands of hair provided what he believes to be proof of the man's identity, an identity that has eluded investigators, historians, and amateur sleuths alike for over 70 years. An identity that could finally put to rest the mystery of the Somerton Man. However, this claim, as compelling as it may be, is yet to be verified. The South Australia Police and Forensic Science South Australia have not confirmed Abbott's findings. The mystery, it seems, is still not completely resolved. And so, the enigma of the Somerton Man continues to captivate us, its resolution hinging on a strand of hair and the unwavering determination of a professor. Despite the uncertainties, one thing is clear: the story of the Somerton Man is far from over. As we await further developments, the tale continues to intrigue us, a testament to the enduring allure of unsolved mysteries.